Hello, in this video I am going to be talking about one of the models of human resources management, which is the guest model. Now the guest model was given by Professor David Guest in the year 1987, and this model follows an approach which is a mix of both the hard approach and the soft approach of HRM. So this blends both of those approaches and then gives out the best of the two. So let's look at what this model follows and what is the process. Now it has 6 components, this guest model, and these are listed below. Now how this model goes is something like this. The first step is HRM strategy. Now how do organizations develop strategies? So organizations develop strategies by defining goals or objectives of the organization. So say some organization has decided and thinks that upskilling their employees is in the best interest of the company so that they can adapt to the changes that are happening in the modern world. So that is the strategy, and the aim is to upskill the employees. Now how do you formulate the strategy? You've decided that you're going to train your employees, the employees that you already have. You are going to be giving them training. This training is executed in this process. So the HRM practices, all the strategy that is formulated here is implemented in this step. The next step is the HRM outcome, and by HRM outcome I mean this is the outcome on the employee. So what is the result of these practices on the employees? And the immediate next step is how the employee behaves in response to these practices being implemented. So for example, if the employee is happy with the HR outcomes and there is employee satisfaction, the employee is going to be putting in efforts, the employee is going to be cooperative. On the other hand, if there is no employee satisfaction, the efforts might be less, there might be no cooperation, no involvement, all of that. Now the next step, from behavioral outcomes we move on to performance outcomes. Now performance outcomes is nothing but the result. So you have a process and you followed it and you've come to the behavioral outcomes, but what is the result of this process? That result is determined under performance outcomes. So now these 3 points should be high in performance outcomes. Absence, labor turnover, conflict, people leaving the company, complaints should all be low as a result of these practices. And the final step that we have is the financial outcomes. You've developed a strategy, you've implemented it, you're looking at the employees, you're looking at everyone, but what is the financial health of the company, or what is the financial outcome of this whole process? Is there any financial outcome, or is there any change in the profits? Is there any change in the return on investment, or is there any change in the market share of the firm? That is defined here. So now again, to conclude, the guest model follows the blend of hard and soft approaches to HRM, and it follows a process that is a 6-step process, or has 6 components mentioned here, and that is it in the guest model. Thank you so much.